Hi guys, Jack D98 here again, and welcome back to another top 5 on my channel. Now, today you are seeing gameplay of Shinonuma the Hut Challenge, which should have came out a couple of days ago on my channel. But I think it's Saturday that it came out. I'm not 100% sure, I just can't remember what days everything comes out on. But anyway guys, if you haven't already know, I am on holiday. But this top 5 is going to be top 5 Black Ops 3 zombie maps. Now, in my opinion, and this is going to count Zombie Chronicles as well, because technically it's part of Black Ops 3 Zombie Chronicle maps. But anything than that, let's get straight into this. So coming in at number 5, I am going to be putting Origins. Now Origins is quite a funny map in Black Ops 3. What can I say? You know, it's a bit glitchy, but they have some of those glitches have been sort of reversed back to normal gameplay. You know, I think it's a good map still. You know, Origins was always one of my favourites. It was the OG map, you know, back in the day, and they brought it back, you know, and you look at it and it does fit into Black Ops 3 Origins. I think it's the only one that's came back. You know, it's just incredible because of the staffs and the way that it was so ahead of its time. Origins, it could have been in Black Ops 3 easily, but it was an incredible. It's still an incredible map. You know, the staffs are amazing. The way that you can get free perk bottles, still, you know, also the gob guns do help the map, and they make it too easy. That's probably why I'm putting it down, because it used to be a challenge map, Origins, and now it's you can just open the whole map within one round. You have shopping free, and you can just get perkaholic, and then you're set. You know, so it does ruin the sort of the vibe of Origins, but because of the glitches and you know just the glitches, I will put it at number 5, and just the way the game plays, I don't think it suits Black Ops 3 as much. But anyway, coming in at number 4, I'm going to put Moon at number 4. Now Moon, I like, but I can't get a decent round on, but I'll put it at number 4 spot, just because of how much it's changed and how much better it is compared to the Black Ops 1 version. Moon, in my opinion, when I tried to get to round 50, because I thought it was really good. The wave gun's incredible. To be honest, and obviously going back to No Man's Land or Area 51, whatever you want to say, I really enjoy it. You know, I really like to do. There's loads of challenges you can do on Moon. Obviously now that they've changed it so you can actually hear the woman speaking of when the sights are going to come down, which is fine now, which they've actually done through the controller, so you can hear it so clearly if you've got PS4, that is. You know, and I think it's better. It's just slightly better than Origins, just because, you know, I think it's a little bit easier than Origins as well, I have to say. And plus you've got like the Ghost devices and QEDs can give you free perks, but they can do really bad things. That's the only other problem I've got. Plus I don't really like the fact that they changed the gravity as much. The gravity, I know it might make it more realistic, but I think, you know, you can go flying miles into the air and outside, and you're just going to fall. It's going to get killed trapped by zombies. And also with the biodome, there's no PhD, so you can get fall damage if possible. And if you don't have Jug, you're going to die. So if they did have PhD, it'd be probably number 1 Moon. But for that reason, I'm putting it number 4. Coming up number 3, I'm going to put God Crovey. This one was these 3 are quite tough to put in. God Crovey is one of the original maps on Black Ops 3, which it wasn't part of DLC 5. It was one of the DLCs beforehand. And God Crovey has everything. You know, it's fast paced. You've got to be on your toes on Gorod, and I like that. You know, there's always something to do on God Crovey. The Mangler helmet, the wings. Obviously the Easter egg is pretty insane as well, and obviously the PPSH comes back and they put the FFAR in, and the Ray Gun Mark III, it's really good, and the Dragon Shield. So there was a really good features coming in. The boss zombies like the Manglers weren't too hard to kill. You could kill them with actually the shield, and of course you had the Fire of Gauntlet, which was the sort of like specialist weapon, which is like a flamethrower, and a bit like the Ripper out of the multiplayer. So you knife, like lunge into zombies with a special punch, and I really enjoyed that actually. I thought it was really fun, that specialist weapon. Although I wouldn't say it's the best specialist weapon, but I have to admit it does suit the map very much. Dragons make the, and it has a Mob of the Dead sort of vibe to it as well, due to be in the same universe. I really do think that God Crovey, they did a really good job. God Crovey. Now DLC 3 has always been good in most Black Ops. Yeah, DLC 3 has always had good maps. Map packs for multiplayer as well. But I think God Crovey nailed it on the head for a solid game. Yeah, I think it was very solid. Coming at number 2, I'm going to put Kino der Toten. Now, Kino der Toten was a classic, and people might say it's overrated. I don't think it's overrated or underrated. I think it's smack in the middle. I think it's a perfect map for new people, and it's a classic for the people that have been around zombies for ages, just to go and play it. You know, obviously you got the thunder gun on there, which is, you know, helps the map so much. And now you got Widow's Wine, you can train a lot easier outside where the alley is, and that's really coming to play. I really enjoy Kino. The way that they changed it and made it looks special. You know, I know they've taken away the Nazi signs, but you know, I think there's reasons behind that, and I don't want to go into too much detail, but you know. But then you look at Kino, you know, it's good map. You know, it's good for friends, it's good solo. There's nothing wrong with it. There's not too many glitches. The only problem I have with it is probably the teleporter when the zombies don't go in front of like the stage bit, which is a bit of a shame, you know, and they can trap you when you come out of the teleporter. But I like the fact that they sort of made it more, not colourful, well, more brighter, so you can see a lot of things, what's going on, what you're doing, and they brought back the MP40 on the wall, which was really good of them to do. And you know, I think the way that they made the teleporter look, with all like they made the purple look so much brighter and more stand out, and I think it's a really good map. You know, it's one for everyone. Anyone can play it. You know, it's probably one of the easiest maps as well in this. So, but it's not as good as number 1. Coming in at number 1, now this is my opinion, remember guys, is going to be the Eisendrache. Now the Eisendrache was the first DLC to come out for zombies. What can I say about the Eisendrache? I think it's a fantastic map. You know, I think it's basically the origins of Black Ops 3. And then they brought Origins out, and it's like, oh, so it's Origins 2.0 realistically, the Eisendrache. But because of the bows, I think I like the fact that there's one bow that's better than the others. And there's not like 2, because you want to stick with that one bow all the time. Alright, if they're all with the same sort of damage, then it'd be so boring, because you just build all of them, upgrade them, and then you know you're set. So I like the fact that the lightning bow, and the lightning bow is amazing. All the bows are amazing. The boss fight is incredible. Probably the best boss fight, I'll have to admit. You know, the background story to it, Dr. Groff and that, and it has to do with the moon. It was kind of cool. Obviously, we have the Panzer return. This time he has a different sort of tactic to his name. Well, not name, to be honest. He has a different tactic of where he throws shock charges instead of clawing you. And obviously you can get the Panzer helmet if you shoot down the 3 claws and hits him, so you can instantly kill him, which is cool. You know, there's no actual wonder weapon. You've got the Ragnaroks, which are pretty good as well. I have to admit, they're amazing. But what else? What else can I say about the Eisendrache? There's not many bad things. I guess if you get stuck in the rocket test fire, that's a bit bad. But I like that. There's always something to do on the Eisendrache, like Origins and God Crovey. There's always something to do on that map. The boss and the Easter egg's quite easy once you get the hang of it. Obviously, got to fight a big keeper and that, and you know, all the Easter egg steps are really cool. I like it very much. The Eisendrache, and I think it plays quite smoothly. You know, it's good for high rounds. It's probably I think it's the best map in Black Ops 3. That's including, obviously that's including Zombie Chronicles. It just plays the best. It feels the best. It feels like you feel like a god when you get that lightning bow. You know, and obviously you got double pack punching, which is, you know, you feel more like a god. And the Ragnaroks, you can feel more like a god of a god. you know, 'cause it's just an incredible map, and I like the fact that it's set in Austria. It's slightly different. It's not in Germany this time. It's on a castle as well, which makes it even cooler. And you go back in time, which is, you know, instead of traveling through space, you travel through time, and it's amazing, you know, and all the way that it connects to other maps as well, Dials and Dragons, it's pretty cool. And that's why it's number one. I just think it's number one because it just plays the best, has the best weapons, and it's in the middle of hard to easy. It's probably about 6 of hard toughness, just because of the Panzer lifts it up to about 6. I think it would be about 4 if there wasn't a Panzer. And you've got dogs. I forgot about that. You get dog round as well. So technically you've got 2 bosses on that map, and you can get napalm and electrical zombies sometimes, but not all the time. And now this is the part of the top 5 where I actually make an honourable mention. This is really tough, actually. I'm actually still thinking about what one I'm going to put, because I've got 2 in mind. But I'm going to put Ascension down as my honourable mention. Now, Ascension, I think they've made it easier to kill the monkeys. The hitboxes are a lot more easier. The Thunder Guns, yeah, the Thunder Gun strategy is just amazing. I love Ascension, you know. I didn't play it first time round. I've always watched videos on it, and I've always wanted to play it. And I like the fact that you can't use perkaholics because the monkeys will take your perks. But at least you don't lose double tap. And I don't really care about Deadshot, but you don't lose double tap, so at least that's one perk you don't lose. Obviously, you just got to keep. If you're playing it solo, it's a little bit hard to keep an eye on the perks. But if you play with 4 other people, or 3 other people, I mean, there's 4 people in the party. It's pretty cool, you know. It's pretty simple to keep all the perks. Other than that, Ascension is still a good map. There isn't much bad. There's nothing bad with it really. Actually, I don't think there's any faults on Ascension. Then we've got the Moonlanders and you know, it was all good, Ascension. But that was my top 5. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Once again, I will tell you what this is. This is the Shinonuma Hut Challenge, so go and watch that video. This video was very cool and very easy to make. It's a simple challenge. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching my top 5, and see ya in the next one. See ya.